Record shoppers, I've got a lot of problems with you people, and now you're going to hear about it here on the Vinyl Jukebox. What's up everyone, it's Ben from the Vinyl Jukebox, and if you haven't done so already, please be sure to leave a like and a comment below this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. So as record collectors, we've all had these experiences. You go into a record store, you go to a record show, and you see people doing things that just drive you absolutely insane. So I put together my top 10 record store, record show, customer pet peeves that just drive me crazy. All right, number 10, I can't stand people who leave the records pushed forward in the bin. And I know this is a pet peeve for record store owners, record store employees, because I'm always seeing them pushing the records back. Guys, it takes 5 seconds to push the records back, 5 seconds max. And this makes the experience a lot more comfortable for the next person. So that's my number 10, people who leave the record pushed forward in the bins. Number 9, I can't stand people who feel the need to sing or whistle along with the music that's playing in the store. I mean, I get it. Your favorite song comes on and you sing a line from it, whatever. I mean, it's annoying, but yeah, I could deal with it. But some people I hear, they'll sing the whole song through, they'll whistle the whole song through, or even if there's no music playing, they'll just whistle around the store. Guys, you're not in your house. You're not all by yourself. You're around other people, and other people don't want to hear your singing. Let the music play for itself. We don't come to the record stores to hear you. All right, so that's my number 9. Number 8, and this happens very, very frequently. I can't stand people who walk into a record store, maybe they haven't been to a record store in years and years, and they walk around shouting out through the store how they're in disbelief that people are still buying vinyl, still buying physical music, even if it's not just exclusively a record store. I mean, guys, this vinyl revival has been around for the past 20 years or so. If you don't know that vinyl is back to some extent, you've been living under a rock. So that's my number 8, people in disbelief that there's people that still collect vinyl out there. Number 7, and this one's a rare one, but I've seen it. People who bring their own mini portable turntables to a record store, to a record fair, to a record show, in order to sample the records. Now, these turntables, some of them are like this big, and you know, you plug your headphones into them and you can play records. I'm sure the sound quality isn't great, but the times that I've seen this, and I've only seen it a handful of times, this is super annoying because not only are you taking up the whole space in front of the records to sample the records, but I can imagine that record store owners would get super annoyed because they don't know where that needle's been. They don't know if, you know, that mini turntable is balanced correctly, if it's going to ruin the record, if it's going to scratch the record. So I find that incredibly obnoxious. A lot of record stores will have listening stations where you can try out the record, or a lot of record stores are playing vinyl as people are shopping, so you could always go up to the employee, go up to the store manager or store owner and ask them, hey, you know, I'm not sure about this record, can we put this on, can we try this out? And most of the time record store workers will oblige and will be more than happy to play that for you. So yeah, number 7, people who bring their own turntables to the record stores. Very strange, but I've seen it. Number 6, misfiling records. People who, I guess, grab a big stack of records and go through and they're kind of sorting out, what do I want to buy, what do I not want to buy, and they'll just stick records in random spots. And a lot of these, like I said, are things that store owners or store employees would get annoyed with, because I would be annoyed too if I had to go through the records and put things back where they belong. But as a shopper, if I'm looking in a section and something I'm looking for is not there, but it's in another section, I may not buy it. So that's super annoying. If you don't know where to file a record, if you don't know where you got a particular record, bring it up to an employee and they'd be more than happy to file it for you. Number 5, people who stand in the aisles with a big stack of records doing their research after they've done their record shopping. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm always doing research as I'm buying records. I have my phone out, I have my Discogs open, I have eBay open sometimes, and I'm looking up certain pressings, or maybe at times I'm looking up the value. But some people will have their big stack of records and they won't look up the pressings as they're shopping. They'll do it afterwards and just block up a whole aisle while they have to stand there for a half hour doing all their research. And some of them are doing extensive research. They're taking the record out, they're looking in the dead wax, they're looking all over the jacket, they're inspecting it like crazy. I mean, if you're gonna do that, fine. If the record store owner, you know, allows that, fine. Do that off to the side where people aren't shopping. I mean, it's a huge roadblock as people are trying to shop for records, and it's just a really annoying thing. So that's number 5. Number 4, people waiting on you to flip faster through your bins. So I've had this happen before where I'm flipping, and I tend to flip pretty quickly, but sometimes I'm taking my time, especially if it's an artist that I'm really into, and somebody will be right next to me flipping faster than I am and standing there waiting for me to get done with my bin. It's like, go somewhere else, go look somewhere else, go around me. That's fine, but you don't need to stand there waiting for me, making me feel pressured as I'm looking through records. I mean, that's just insane. Go look in a different section, go look in another part of the store. This section will still be there. You don't need to wait for me as I'm going through, because I may take a while. So oftentimes I don't rush, even though they're trying to make me feel rushed. I don't rush. I just take my time. Sometimes I'll even take more time if that person's being exceptionally rude. You got to do what you got to do. But yeah, that's another pet peeve of mine. Number 4, people waiting on you to flip faster. Number 3. And this one tends to be a big issue at record shows, but I've had it happen in record stores before, and it's kind of a big problem in any collector's market, and that's BO. I mean, you're out in public, take a shower, put on deodorant. Nobody wants to smell you from a mile away. Especially at record shows, you'll have some very interesting smells in there. Just take a shower, dude. Nobody wants to flip through records while smelling your BO. And to be honest, if I was a store owner, if I was a stand owner at a show, I wouldn't want that either, because people being repulsed as they're looking for records does not make them want to buy records. So that's my number 3, BO. Take a shower. Number 2, and this happens more often than I would like, and it's really disgusting. People coughing on records. If you're sick, stay home. You shouldn't be record shopping. That's what Discogs is for. That's what eBay is for. That's what any online record shopping is for. I get it. People cough every once in a while. Cough into your sleeve. Cough into your, elbow, whatever people do these days. But I've had it happen so many times where people just don't cover their mouth and just cough all over the bin of records. And it's like, what am I going to do? Am I going to leave the store? Am I going to flip through where this guy just coughed? And it's just disgusting. Just have some common courtesy. I mean, wherever you are, whatever shop, it doesn't have to be a record shop. Don't cough on the merchandise. Just cover your mouth. They teach you that in preschool. Cover your mouth. Number 1, my number one pet peeve. My number 1 pet peeve, and this happens mostly at record shows. I've probably had it happen at some record stores before. But this is just the number 1 case of people just being dicks, knowing exactly what they're doing. Some of these things are kind of unconscious habits, and I can be a little more tolerant, but this one just annoys me, and I always have to say something because it is insane that people would feel like they have the right to do this. Flipping through a bin of records, and somebody reaches over and starts flipping through the same bin but further down the bin as me. So my number 1 is people reaching over you to flip through records. I mean, are you insane? Wait your turn. I mean, this is worse than the people waiting on you. At least they have the courtesy to wait and not reach over you and try to flip through records as you're flipping. I mean, it's just common sense. You can wait. These records will still be there. I'm not going to buy every record in the bin. I'm not. Trust me, some people may, but I'm not. I noticed that a lot of these habits happen at record shows in particular. I find that people have the worst manners at record shows. Maybe they just get overstimulated, overexcited. At record stores, it's a little bit better. Maybe the shop owners have a little more control over what's going on. But yeah, so my number 1, people reaching over you to flip through records. I mean, that's just you trying to be a dick. I mean, how can you not know that you are being rude to somebody by doing that? I mean, how could you not know? That is just the number one inexcusable pet peeve for me about record shopping. Whew. So those are my top 10 record store shopper or record fair or record show shopper pet peeves. I'm sure I could have come up with more, but I wanted to keep it to just 10. Let me know in the comments below, what are your record shopper pet peeves? I'm sure you guys have a lot of them out there. Let me know what bothers you, and let me know if you share some of the same as me, because I know these are pretty common habits that, you know, people are subject to in record stores. So if you haven't done so already, please leave a like and a comment below this video. Subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time.